Chef Thomas Keller always brings us great recipes and cooking tips. For the holidays, he's put together two of his best cookbooks, The French Laundry and Ad Hoc at Home, in a box gift set called The Essential Thomas Keller. Something for you to think about as you head to the mall later today. On the menu today, though, an easy, tasty holiday brunch. Great to see you.
Good to see you, Harry.
Always a pleasure.
That back.
All right, we're going to poach some eggs.
We're going to poach an egg. I think there's a couple things that are critical poaching a really beautiful egg.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, make sure the eggs are tempered so they're not ice cold.
Okay.
Number two, have a tall pot full of water.
Sure.
Number three, of course, we've got some vinegar that's going to help us.
I was going to say, what do you put in the water to make sure?
Don't put any salt in there.
All right.
Okay. The vinegar is going to help set the albumin in the egg.
All right.
Third, we want to get this thing spinning. We want to get the water spinning.
Really?
Yeah. And then you can go ahead and just drop the eggs in there. Okay.
And this, of course, these eggs are room temp.
Yeah.
Oh,
get a little closer. There you go.
Right down.
There you go. And as it's spinning, it's going to pull that albumin towards the yolk. So it's going to keep that white against the yolk. Okay?
This is as much fun as you can have.
In about 3 minutes, we have a perfectly poached egg. We also want to have it just at a very low simmer so that the water
so it's not bubbling like crazy.
You don't want it to be too active, okay? So we're going to let those go.
Transfixed by this.
Yeah. It's cool, huh?
That is very cool to watch.
In the meantime, we're going to make some buttermilk biscuits.
Oh, I love this.
We want to start putting we have two kinds of flours here. We have all-purpose flour, and we have cake flour. The cake flour is going to make it a little lighter, okay? We have baking soda, baking powder, and salt. And basically,
that's
we're going to add
easy,
some butter.
Right?
Yep, very simple.
Yeah.
And the buttermilk pancakes, these buttermilk biscuits, are just
all of this butter?
All that butter.
Yeah,
all that butter.
Yeah.
And what we want to do is just get it to pulse, so we can break it up a little bit. Break those pieces of butter up.
Sure.
And it's going to be like this. What we end up with, okay?
Got it.
We don't want to do it. We don't want to do it until it comes together because it gets really tough.
All right.
So we're going to add our buttermilk.
All right.
Okay. And you just mix it together.
All right.
Yeah. Very simple. You can certainly do these ahead of time, and that one thing I want to say is they freeze really well.
Oh, I'll bet.
Then you just take them out and pop them in your oven.
Can I also say, we're talking about a holiday brunch. Everybody worries so much about the big meals.
Yes.
Sometimes as people get up in the morning, and if they actually get a meal made like this, it's such a reward. It's such a great time to share.
It's a splendid way to begin the day.
Yeah, and no question. All right.
Now we're just going to turn that out onto the board here. Again, it doesn't look like it's all together. We're going to bring it together just a little bit, almost like pasta, if you will.
This is the part that would scare me.
Oh no, it's not scary at all.
This is not scary. I would be afraid to knead it too much, and whatever else. But there's no rising qualities. Well, you had it in the cake flour, I guess.
Right, in the cake
There's
flour.
the stuff in it
you
that
got
you
the
need
powder,
to make it rise.
You got the baking soda. So we're just going to let it go out there.
Yeah.
Flatten it out.
Yep.
And we're going to cut it.
Just as simple as that.
Just as simple as that.
Right.
And brush it with some buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
And we're going to bake those.
Buttermilk on top of the buttermilk.
Buttermilk on top of the buttermilk.
All right.
Now we're going to take our eggs out here.
Look at these guys now. Do you mind?
Not at all.
Do I dare?
Go ahead. Now what I want to do is I want to trim it, pull it out.
Yeah.
I'm just going to trim that off. Okay?
Look at that.
And then drop that egg on your buttermilk biscuit there.
Oh my gosh.
See how beautiful it is?
I don't want to.
No, you got it. Perfect. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. I got biscuits all over my hands.
Yeah.
But that's what happens.
Now what else here? Now what is this?
We've got some some plum Zinfandel jam.
And you would just be making
Well,
plum
I've got
jam
it right there on the biscuit.
Right,
and toasted biscuit.
And throw a little Zinfandel in with the
We reduce the Zinfandel. Then we peel we cut the pits out of the plums.
Right.
And go ahead and cook that down. And there you go.
Look at that bad boy right there. Oh man. Do you mind?
Oh, you should go.
I got to go for it.
Go for it. Well, you can pick it up if you want to.
Yeah, I think this is going to be easier.
But you can
to
use
eat
a knife and fork.
Yeah.
Maybe a knife and fork.
You're right.
Is probably
You're so
the best
right. Yeah, I think you're absolutely correct. What was I thinking?
There you go. See?
Ooh.
3.5 minutes. You've got a perfectly poached egg.
Right. And imagine.
Now you can do these ahead of time. Take them out, shock them in ice water, and then reheat them in just simmering water as well for about 30 to 45 seconds, and then come right back.
And how rockin' are those biscuits? Really.
Yeah.
So
very light, tender.
You know how to do it, man.
Yeah.
I so appreciate it. I'm all ready to like have people over and let's make breakfast. Thomas Keller.
Thank you.
What a pleasure.
Yeah.